So, yeah, friend, you know that. So, okay, and so, and have you ever, and have you ever felt that uncomfortable especially when someone that gives you feedback, friend, you know that. So, and have you, and have you ever felt it? Have you ever felt like uncomfortable and uncomfortable? Hey, for friend, you know that. You have you felt, and have you ever felt that uncomfortable especially when someone gives you feedback, especially when someone when someone gives you feedback, gives you feedback, feedback. Yeah, friend, you know. So, and have you felt that? And have you ever felt uncomfortable especially when someone gives you feedback? Sure, for sure, and definitely, absolutely. Yeah, that's right, definitely. Absolutely, you're right. Yeah, definitely. And especially when they are direct, very direct, super direct, especially when, and especially when they are direct, super direct, especially when they're super direct. When they're direct, super super direct. So you know what, and especially when they are super direct, right? Right. I know sometimes it hits your ego. Like kind of hits your ego. Sometimes I know that it hurts. It hits your ego. Sometimes it hurts your ego. It kind of hits. It kind of hits your ego, and it kind of hits your ego. Your ego. And sometimes that it hits your ego, and I feel like it feels like they're judging you, judging me, judging us. They are judging you. I feel like that. It feels like that. It feels like it. It feels like that they are judging you. Feels like that, and they are Judging you feels like that. Feels like that. Judge. They're judging you. I feel like that. It feels like that they're judging you. Me too. Same here. I used to feel that way too. Me too. And I used to. I used to feel that way too. Feel that that way too. So you're me too, and I used to feel that way too. But over time, I see it differently. I started seeing it differently, but over time. But you know what? Over time, I started seeing it differently. And over time, I started seeing it differently. I see it differently. I started seeing it differently. I started seeing it differently. I started seeing it differently. Different and differently. So, but you know that over time, I started seeing it differently. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. How? How? Really? Yeah. Really? Yes. Really? Yeah, really. Oh, yeah. Really? Yeah, really. How? And but you know, I noticed and I realized something. And I realize something. So you know what I noticed? I realized something. What? What is it? What is it? What was it? What is it? And you know that my job, and maybe a coach job isn't to make you feel comfortable, but it is to help you get better, improve your skill. And my job isn't to make you feel comfortable, and the coach job isn't to make you. And I know the coach job, and a coach and a coach's job is to make you feel comfortable. No, isn't to make you feel. Isn't to make you you feel comfortable. To make you feel comfortable. You feel comfortable. So as you know that my job, and maybe a coach job isn't to make you feel comfortable, and is to help you get better. But you know, it's to help you get better. Is to help you. And yes, to help you. Is to help you get better. Improve your skill. It's better. Yeah, that's true. So true. You're right. Absolutely, you're right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right. And that's that's true. So true. Absolutely right. But I feel that I feel uncomfortable hearing it. It still feels uncomfortable hearing it. But you know what? I feel uncomfortable hearing it. It still feels uncomfortable hearing it. But you know what? But it feels. It still feels comfortable. No, uncomfortable hearing it. Comfortable. No. Uncomfortable hearing it. But you know what? I feel uncomfortable hearing it. It still feels uncomfortable hearing it. For sure. Absolutely, you're right. Yeah. Absolutely, definitely. And and you like that, you like it having your flaws that are pointed out. No, I don't think so, because no one likes and having their flaws pointed out. You like. No, I don't think that no one likes. No one. And no one likes. You like. No. And she likes. He likes. No one likes. And having their flaws pointed out. And having the flaws pointed out. Having the flaws. Having their flaws. The flaws are pointed out. Their flaws pointed and pointed out. Pointed out. And you like. No, I don't think so. No one likes having their flaws. Your flaws pointed out. But if nobody tells you, and if I don't tell you, and she doesn't tell you, and nobody tells you, but if nobody tells you, nobody tells you, nobody tells you, no one ever tells you, and I'm sure that I bet that you never know that what you're doing wrong. I'm sure that I bet that you never know that what you're doing wrong. You never know. I'm sure you know. You never know. I'm sure you never know that. Know what? Not what you're doing wrong. That what you're doing wrong. You never know that what you're doing wrong. What are you doing, man? And know what you're doing wrong. You're doing right and doing wrong. So but if in the case that nobody tells you, and you never know what you're doing wrong. True, so true, that's right. That is true, so true. And it's like that. It's kind of like the learning a new skill. And if you just do things and everything your way, your own way, yes, You maybe that you can go off track easily. Easily go off track. And it's like that. It's kind of like learning a new skill. And it's like that. It's like it's kind of like what? Like learning a new skill. Learning a new skill. It's kind of like the learning new skill. And learning a new skill. A new skill. It's kind of like learning a new skill. If you just do things your way, your own way. If you do, and if you do, you just do. If you just do, if you do, if you just, if you just do, if you just do things, if you just do things, things your way, your own way, your own way, your own way. So, and if that you do things, just do things your way, your own way, you can, absolutely you can go off track, easily go off track. I'm sure that you can easily, absolutely you can easily go off track, go off track. So you know that you can easily go off track. Exactly, you are. Exactly, you're right. Exactly. And I know a coach, a very, very good coach, sees it, and he sees it, she sees it, things that you can't see yourself. And I know that a coach, a very good coach, and he and she, they see things that you can't see yourself. Coach, very, very good coach. And I know a very good coach. Good, and they see, he sees, she sees things you can't see yourself, and sees things that you can't see yourself. Absolutely, you can. You can see. You can see yourself. So, and the very good coach sees that things you can't see yourself, and even that, I'm sure they tell you that it is hard to hear, even if it's hard, it's very hard to hear, and I'm sure they will tell you, and that, and they will tell you. I'm sure, and they will tell you. They will tell you, even if it's hard to hear, and even if I know it's hard, it's very hard to hear that, and it's hard to hear. Yes, it's hard to hear. I'm sure they will tell you, even if that is hard to hear. I actually met someone like that. Someone like you, someone like him, like her, like them, that once. I actually met someone. I actually met. And I actually. But to know that I actually met someone. Met someone like like that once. Met someone like that once. Someone like that once. And so do you know that I actually met someone like that one. Straightforward. They were really straightforward. They were really straightforward. They were. So, and they were really, really straightforward. Straightforward? Yeah, really. Really, that's straightforward. They're really straight. Forward. So, and I actually met someone like that too once, and they were really straightforward. And sometimes it made me uncomfortable. And as you know that it made me feel uncomfortable sometimes. Sometimes it made me feel uncomfortable. And as you know that it made me feel, and it made me feel uncomfortable sometimes. Comfortable? No. Uncomfortable. Comfortable? Uncomfortable. But later on. But then later on, and I realized that they were right. They were right about everything. But later on, I realized that. And later on, I realized that. Surprise. And they were right about everything. I realized that they were right. I'm sorry, you're right. And they were surprised. They were right about everything. And they were right about everything. Everything. And then later on, I realized that they were right about everything. Me too. Same here. Me too. Same here. At first, I just thought that they were I thought that they were too strict. But then over and over time, I could see myself improving. At first, that I thought they were too strict. And at first, but I thought they were too strict. I just thought they were too strict. And I thought that. At first, I thought. I thought that they were too strict. I thought that they were too strict. But over time, but over time, that I see myself. I could see myself improving. I could see myself improving. I could see myself. I could see myself improving. At first, I just thought that they were too strict. But then over time, I could see myself improving. Exactly, you are. Exactly, you're right. Exactly. And you know why? Because they weren't focused on my feelings, my emotions. They were focused on results. Because they weren't focused on my feelings. They were focused on results. And and because no, that they weren't focused on. They focused on no, they weren't. They weren't. They because that they weren't focused on. They weren't. They focused on. No, they weren't focused on. Focus. They focus. No, they weren't focused on my feelings. My feelings. My feelings. Because what they focused on. No, they weren't. They weren't focused on my feelings. That they were focused on results. They were focused on, and they were. And they were. They were. They were focused on results. They were focused on. And they were focused on results. Results. Yeah. Results. Results. So because they weren't focused on my feelings, but they were focused on results. I think a lot of people that understand, no, they misunderstand that. I think a lot of people that understand, no, misunderstand. I think a lot of people, too many people, I think that, and a lot of people understand, no, misunderstand that. Understand, no, misunderstand, misunderstand that. Misunderstand that. Misunderstand that. So I think a lot of people understand, misunderstand that, and because they think that a coach should be channel, and always encouraging. They think that a coach should be channel, and always encouraging. They think. So what they think that. A coach, and so they think a coach that should be channel, should be channel, and always and encourage, and always. Encouraging, and encouraging. So I think that, and a lot of people that understand, misunderstand that. They think a coach should be nice, kind, gentle, always encouraging, and always making you feel good, so good. Always making you feel good, so good. And always making you feel good. Always encouraging, making you you feel. Yeah, I feel good. So good. Feel good. Yeah, I'm good. Feel good. So but if that's all they do, I'm sure that maybe the probably you won't, you will not grow. But if that's all they do, that's all they do. Maybe the probably that you won't grow. But if you know what, that's all they do. That's all they do. But if that's all they do, and that's all they do. That's all uh, they they do. Just think about that. You will grow? No, I don't think you won't. That maybe you won't grow, and you won't. You know you won't grow. You will? No, you won't. Exactly, you are. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely, you're right. Exactly. And I know it's easy. It's very easy to do that. It's very easy to do something. It's very easy to give the compliments. Give a compliments. It's easy. It's very easy to do that. Yes, I know it's easy. It's very easy to do something. It's very easy to give compliments. It's very easy to give the compliments. To do something, the compliments. It's very easy to do that. But I know it takes the courage, more and more courage, to point out your mistakes. It takes courage, more and more courage, to point out your mistakes. But I know it takes more courage, and it takes courage more. It takes more courage for what? To point out your mistakes, to point out your mistakes, and to point out your mistakes, to point out that the point out your, to point out mistakes. Your mistakes. And I you know what, I think it is easy. It's very easy to do something. It's very easy to give the compliments. But it takes courage, more courage, to point out your mistakes. And actually to help someone fix them. Actually help someone fix them. And actually help. Yeah, help actually help someone fix them. Actually help someone to fix them. Help someone, help you, me, us, fix them. That some actually help someone fix them. So I think that a coach, especially a good coach, is someone who makes you feel good, so good, feel comfortable. I think a coach, very good coach. And one more thing is that I think that a coach, very good coach, that a good, very good coach is someone who makes you feel good. No, isn't someone who and is someone who isn't someone is someone who that who makes you feel good, who makes you feel good, makes you feel good, so good. And how do you feel? I'm good. And I think a good coach isn't someone who makes you feel good. I think it's someone that pushes you to be better every day. But it's someone who pushes you to be better every day. It's someone, and is someone who pushes that pushes you to be better every day. Pushes you to be better every day. Pushes you and to be better every day, to be pushes you to be better every day. Every day. So it's someone who pushes you to be better every day. Even if I know it's comfortable sometimes, and even if that is, I'm sure that it's uncomfortable sometimes, and even if it's comfortable, no, and isn't comfortable, is comfortable, no, and uncomfortable. Even if it is, it's comfortable sometimes. Sometimes. Yeah, that's right. And absolutely right. Yeah. That's right. And but you know that because they're not there to please you. They are not there to please you because they're not there to please you. Because they're not there. They're not there. They're not there to please you. They're not there to please you. Because they're not there to please you, and they're there to push you forward. Because they're there to push you forward. They're not there, and they're there because they are not there to please you. They are there to push you forward, to push you backward, no, forward, backward, no, forward. Because they're I know they're not there to please you, and they're there to push you forward. And I think the most important thing is that and how you take a feedback. What matters, what really matters is that how we take a feedback. And I think that the most important thing is what matters is what really matters is that what really matters is what really matters is that is how we take feedback. And how we take feedback, how we take feedback, So, and I think that the most important thing is that what really matters is that how we take the feedback. So, but what do you mean, man? What do you? What do you mean? What do you? Well, what do you mean, man? Because if that indicates if you react emotionally, maybe probably you miss the lesson, and if I react emotionally, we miss the lesson. But if that you actually listen, and think it carefully and think it through. If we react emotionally, if we react emotionally, and emotionally, because if we either react emotionally, we miss the lesson. We miss the lesson. We miss. We miss the lesson. We miss the lesson. We miss the lesson. If we react emotionally, we miss the lesson. But if we actually listen, and but if we actually listen, we actually listen. We actually listen. Actually listen. And think it carefully, think it through, and think it through. And think it through, and think it through carefully, and think it through. Think it through. I'm sure that we can learn a lot. We learn, absolutely we can. We can learn a lot. Absolutely we can. And we can learn a lot. We can learn a lot. I completely agree with you, and I totally agree with you. Yes, and I completely agree with you. I totally agree with you. So maybe probably growing up is learning how to accept the difficult, tough, and hard feedback, and turn it into growth. Maybe that growing up. Grow up. Maybe growing up is that it's learning. It's learning. Maybe probably growing up is learning that, and how to accept. Learn how to accept. How to accept. How to accept tough feedback. Tough feedback. Yeah. So maybe the problem growing up is that learning how to accept tough feedback, and then turn it into growth, and turn it into growth, So you know that maybe the problem to grow up and growing up is that learning how to accept the hard, difficult, tough feedback and turn it into growth. Absolutely, you're right. Exactly, you are. Exactly. Exactly. Um, because you know, but at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, and I know because you know, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, and at the end of the day. So, and you know, because at the end of the day, and the goal isn't comfort. No, I think the goal isn't comfort. Is it improvement? That improving yourself is improvement and the goal. And the goal. The goal is no, isn't comfort. The goal isn't comfort. Isn't comfort, and is it improvement, and is it improve and improvement is improvement, and so ok nhá, là chúng ta sẽ lướt lại cái này một xí nha mà. Okay. Okay. Hey, friend. You know, so and have you ever felt comfortable when someone gives you feedback? Hey, friend. You know that have you felt that, and have you ever felt uncomfortable when someone gives you feedback? Yeah. Absolutely, definitely, sure, for sure. When, and it's especially when they're direct, very super direct, right? Especially when they're very super direct, right? Yeah, sometimes sometimes it hits your ego. It kind of, it kind of hurts your ego, and I feel like they're judging you. It feels like that they're judging you. You're right. I used to feel that way too, and I used to feel that way too. But over and over time, you know what I started? I started to seeing it differently, and over time, I started to seeing it differently. Oh well. Really? Yeah, really. Oh yeah, how? And I realized something. What was that? What is it? A coach. But you know, a coach's job isn't to make you feel comfortable. And my job isn't to make you feel comfortable. A coach's job is to make you feel comfortable, and is to help you get better every day. Is to help you get better every day. True, so true. That's true. Absolutely, you're right. And but I feel uncomfortable hearing it. It still feels uncomfortable hearing it. Yeah, sure, for sure. Because I know that you don't like having their flaws pointed out, and no one likes that. No one likes having their flaws pointed out. But if nobody tells you, no one tells you, I'm sure that you never know what you're doing wrong. You never know that what you're doing wrong. True, so true, so true. And it's like that. It's kind of like learning a new skill. But if you just do things your way, your own way, and you can go off track easily. You can easily go off track. Exactly you are. And a coach, a good very, very good coach sees things that you can't see yourself. And I know that a coach, a very, very good coach, sees the things that you can't see yourself. And yeah, they tell you even if that is hard to hear. It's very hard, tough. It's very difficult to hear. And I met him, her, someone like that once. I actually that met someone like that once. They were really straightforward. They were really straightforward. And sometimes it make me feel uncomfortable. But then later on, I realized that. You realize what? And I realized that they were right, absolutely right, about everything. They were right about everything. Me too, same here. And at first, I thought that they were too strict. At first, that I thought they were too strict. Yet over and over time, I could see myself improving a lot. I could see myself improving. Exactly, you are. Because that they weren't focused on my emotions, my feelings. Because they weren't focused on my feelings, but they were focused on results. And I think a lot of people, so many people, misunderstand that. They think a coach should be gentle and always encouraging. They just think that a coach should be gentle and always encouraging, and always make you feel good, so good. But if the case that that's all they do, I think that you will not grow. But if that's all they do, you won't grow. Exactly. And I know it's easy. It's very easy too. It's very easy to give the compliments. It's very easy to give. But it takes more courage to point out your mistakes. It's easy. It's very easy to give the compliments, but it takes more courage to point out your mistakes. And help someone fix them, and actually help someone fix them. Besides that, furthermore, I think a good coach isn't someone who makes you feel good. I think a good coach isn't someone who makes you feel good. So good is someone who pushes you to be better every day. It's someone to push. It pushes you to be better every day, even if that is uncomfortable sometimes. Yeah. So because they're not there to please you. They're not there to please you, and they're there to push you forward, not backward, forward. And they're not there to please you. They're there to push you forward. And I think the most important thing is that what really matters is how we take feedback, how you take feedback. Well, what do you mean, man? That if we react emotionally, we miss the lesson. Then if we react emotionally, we miss the lesson. But if we listen, we actually listen, and think it through carefully, I'm sure that we can learn a lot. I totally agree with you. Yet maybe the problem growing up is the learning how to accept tough and hard feedback. Maybe the problem growing up is learning how to accept tough feedback and turn it into growth. Turn it into growth. Exactly. And because at the end of the day, the goal isn't comfort. As you know that because at the end of the day, the goal isn't comfort, is it? And is improvement. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. Okay, yes, improvement. And ok nhỉ. Chúng ta còn vài phút nữa. Chúng ta còn ok, vài phút. Yeah. So yeah, feedback. Growing up at the end of the day, comfort, tough. Rồi chúng ta sẽ còn vài phút, chúng ta sẽ quay lại bài cũ, chúng ta nói chút xíu. Ok. So and mấy cái ok, mấy cái bài này á anh có gửi lên trên group á, các bạn có thể lên trên đó lấy về á, các bạn tập luyện rồi hôm nào á cuối tuần á thì anh sẽ hẹn các bạn lên á để chỉnh âm cho và ngữ điệu cho các bạn. Ok, các bạn cứ tải về tập á. Ok. Và nếu khi nào á mà nhóm có cần gì về tiếng Anh á, phát âm, thuyết trình, giao tiếp, các bạn đi du học, làm ở công ty nước ngoài á, rèn tiếng Anh cho các kỹ sĩ á, and everything and everywhere, thì nhóm cũng có thể nha, anh cũng được rồi, nhưng mà cái group đó ở trên ở trên profile của group đó, của Ken có, các bạn cứ vào trong đó ha. Ok, ở trên Z. Và yeah. Ok, được. Thì và với lại anh ok cũng có mở ra cái khóa rèn ngữ điệu á và giao tiếp cho các bạn 8 giờ tối của 3, 5, 7 thì nếu như mà bạn nào có cần á, và thì các bạn có thể nói anh cũng được, nhắn nhận được. Thank you. Cảm ơn anh, cảm ơn nhóm rất là nhiều á. Ok nào. Ok, so ok, anh nhóm nghỉ ngơi nha. Thank you nhóm rất là nhiều á. Nếu mà nhóm có cần gì cứ nhắn nha. Mấy cái file này á có file trống và file có chữ viết tay rồi thì anh có để trên group mà. Thank you và cảm ơn nhóm nha. Nhóm nghỉ ngơi Yes, thank you. Mình cảm ơn nhóm rất là nhiều Ok, cảm ơn nhóm nha. Nhóm nghỉ ngơi ha. Okay. What do you mean emotionally miss lesson? Rough love growing into exactly. Okay. Improvement isn't comfort. Growth, feedback, accept, growing up, learn a lot. Think it through. Listen, and misreact emotionally. Take feedback, push you forward. Take feedback and push you forward. And please you. Pushes to be better every day. Pushes. Ok, yeah, nhưng mà nghỉ ngơi. Thank you. Cảm ơn nhóm. Yeah, bye bye, thank you. Cảm ơn ạ. Cảm ơn nhóm.